As part of the evolution of this channel, what we want to do is get way more into breaking down the tactical plays, the nitty-gritty, and how the best teams and best players in the world manage to pick up wins. In this video, we're going to break down Atlanta FaZe versus Florida Mutineers. Now, Atlanta FaZe came into this game as one of the best teams in the league in everyone's eyes. They won the regular season last time out and came second in champs. Through roster mania, it looked like they'd managed to cut away some of their weaknesses whilst not losing their strengths, picking up Arcitys in that AR role, a fan favorite and one that everyone expected to take Atlanta right to the top. Meanwhile, Florida Mutineers, they were good last year. They took home 3 trophies, but they'd had a bit of an unusual roster mania, shall we say, and they'd refreshed their squad as recently as last week, bringing in the young, unproven talent of Neptune. The first hard point went the way of FaZe, 250 to 218 on Garrison. We were back at Garrison again for the search and destroy, with Florida bringing that one in 6-5. Garrison for a third time in a row then with the control. FaZe take this one home 3-2 and needed just one more map to take home the entire series, but it was Florida who absolutely blew FaZe out of the water with a 250 to 117 win on Crossroads. And then last but not least, the checkmate S&D, where Florida took it home relatively comfortably with a 6-3 win. If before the series we had said that we expected Florida to take home the search and destroys but Atlanta FaZe to win the respawns, then I think that a lot of people may well have agreed. However, the fact that Florida managed to take away a respawn from FaZe and then snatch both S&Ds, how did this happen? One of the teams that everyone expects to be absolutely dominant in those respawns, how did they manage to let one slip away? Last week in the preview, we spoke about how the key battle was likely to be Skies versus Arcitys in 2 of the best ARs in the league, and how this would go down. However, in reality, what actually happened here is that most of the time Florida were running 3 subs and then Skies on the AR, whilst Atlanta FaZe most of the time were running 2 subs and 2 ARs. So it more ended up this situation of Skies versus Cellium and Arcitys. Now, this is still a key battle. The way Florida played actually counteracted the fact that FaZe had 2 ARs. Now, I don't know whether FaZe decided to play 2 ARs to counter Skies, but if they did, then this was a big part of their undoing, because the way Florida played was 3 really aggressive SMGs and then using Skies as an aggressive 4th. He was constantly involved in the trade outs, he was constantly involved in the objective plays. Meanwhile, FaZe had this aggressive sub duo, but then 2 players a little bit further back, and the aggression of Florida was causing havoc for the sub duo, cutting them off, so that FaZe ended up basically in 2 teams of 2. What we're going to do is break down an example of a Skies play that shows exactly how this was working for them. Now, Florida did not win the control, but they did go on to win this map courtesy of this play. Coming into it, we've got a scoreline of 1 apiece, and Florida already have captured 1 zone and trying to capture that much harder top satellite convoy zone. Coming into the play, Skies is on the left side of the map near lights, and FaZe are looking to send 2 players through that area, not only to win the gunfight against Skies, but also then to set up a pinch where those 2 can come through bridge and top green, whilst Arcitys and Cellium come up through the spawn, basically collapsing onto the zone that Florida already have presence in. Not only does Skies do an amazing job to win both gunfights here, but he also recognizes that now the left side of the map, so lights, that mid area down near bridge, is all his to do as he pleases. He recognizes that FaZe are going to spawn in this back area and they must get to the zone as quickly as possible. Now, the best way to do this is send a 2-wave attack through brick. So you've got 2 going up inside and 2 going along the outside. Recognizing this, Skies decides he's going to put the pressure on and not only wins an early gunfight, stopping Simp even getting into brick, but then kills Abezy, who is already there. This forces FaZe into a 1-line attack through the outside of brick and makes it extremely difficult for anyone to get through that sort of chokehold. As if his play isn't already good enough, he then gets onto the objective himself and takes out Arcitys before being traded out. This allows Slack to continue capturing without risking himself, and allows Neptune to continue to sit at the back of the satellite convoy, just stay safe, so that if his 2 teammates do go down, they're still capturing the zone. It's a huge play, decides the round, and gives them an offensive win in what is an extremely difficult map to make any offensive progress. That play, as I said, is a prime example of the way Skies was playing in being super aggressive as an AR and getting involved in everything rather than just playing your typical AR role, which is to more or less get on headies and provide a bit of support. Absolutely phenomenal, and they were reflected in the stat line. Over the series, Skies came away with an adjusted KD of 1.31. Shout out to Breaking Point for those stats, and that left him number 5 out of all players across the weekend. Not only that, but he also came away with the highest amount of search and destroy kills per round, as well as the 3rd highest KD in search and destroy across the entire weekend. Not to be too overshadowing of his teammates who did a fantastic job, Awakening came in 4th with the S&D KD, and then Neptune, the young gun, the unproven talent who dropped ridiculous plays throughout the entire series, also came in the top 10 for the average amount of hill time. Combining those stats with those tactics and those plays, it is no surprise in hindsight that Florida managed to undo the Atlanta FaZe and look like a formidable team going into the Call of Duty Cold War season. But that's everything on this series and the breakdown here, and what I'd love to know from you guys is what you think. This is a new type of video for us. It's definitely where we want to take the videos in future. We do want to dig deeper into the tactical side and the analysis. Do you think there were things that we didn't do enough of? Please do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed it, hit us with a thumbs up. It's always extremely helpful. We've had quite a few videos break that 10 barrier recently, so I'm going to ask for 15 on this one. We're going to raise that bar a little bit and hopefully keep it going. And as well, if you want to see more content like this, do hit that subscription button. Make sure your notifications are on. And until the next one, guys, I'll see you there. Take care.